Alright, I'm going to show you my solution for keeping some water in my watering hole on the ridge top. I hunted a couple days ago and I had 9 turkeys come in and drink out of it. And of course I harvested that big 7 who I saw drink out of it. And of course I missed the big 9. But that watering hole is really key, especially when it's dry like it is now. So I was trying to figure out an easy way just to keep just a few inches in the bottom of it, and I found it. Right, there she is. I found it on Craigslist for $100. I couldn't even build it for that. But you can buy these water tanks from food suppliers for like $50. You can buy them up to 500 gallons. They're super cheap. Then you have to devise a way of getting it out to your plot and of course filling it. Right now what I am doing is I'm siphoning water. Alright, that runs over my dam from the big pond, and I'll show you how to get the water siphoned. Alright, this is how you start your siphon. You fill up your hose at your house garden hose or whatever, and it has to be full of water. Then you plug the bottom end there, just screw on a cap or a spray nozzle. You run it downhill enough length to have some gravity pull on it while you're holding the water in here. And then you just chuck this in the water. You got to have a weight, so this is down at least a couple feet. Alright, and then with the hose already full, you open that bottom end, and when gravity starts sucking the vacuum, then the pond starts pushing, and then you've created your siphon, and then it'll run forever till that pond's empty or till you turn it off. I'm going to keep at least a couple inches of water in that watering hole, even if it takes one time a day. So good luck. Here you can see I've got the end of my siphon hose about 2 foot deep into the pond. It goes up the embankment and over and downhill to where once you get it started, it will continue to siphon as long as you keep pressure in the hose. All right, here she is, almost full. It's probably 225 gallons. Takes about 3 hours, plenty of time for my nap, rest up my bones. Keep in mind that this thing is about 2,000 pounds when full, so if you were to try to make one of these, just build a heavy enough frame to handle it. Alright, let's run it up to the woods. Yeah, here's my siphon. Not a super high volume. But then if I want to keep it, I'll just add this, close off the end, and I don't have to try and restart the siphon. Look at the front hitch. They basically welded a makeshift gooseneck on and put a 1 7/8 hitch on. Pretty crude but effective, and it looks like they just used an old axle. Probably a car axle or a boat trailer axle. Coming up to the top of the ridge. spot along the ridge top. And there's the watering hole. Made it to the top. Back the tank in here to minimize damage to my food plot. And there you can see the watering hole. This ain't gonna fill it up. It's gonna be just enough. A couple of these adds, an inch or two, 250 gallons at a time. You have to have a fairly decent sealed pond. This is all clay on the bottom, so it holds. But with all the traffic I've got in here, I just want to make sure I keep a little water in here. Now I just take this hose right here. And put on that spigot and let her go. If you are going to consider building one of these, you might want to build a bigger spigot, because now I got to leave it parked here for several hours up here in the woods to let it drain. And there you see the man-made magic happening. I'm sure this water is nice and cool, because it's probably 4 feet below the surface here where I'm standing. Beautiful. Here where I'm standing is close to where I took that 7-pointer. It came down the ridge top, which I knew it was a trail for deer. And my wife helped me hang that stand about a week or two ago. And him and another buck came right down here, 20 yards, and then he started walking to 30. And they're gonna walk right through here, take a few nibbles, maybe a drink of water, and then keep going down to the bigger fields. But here I offer them fine dining. Sweet treats and water all right along their trail. Excellent.